If you want to build a massive chest, you have to stop bench pressing right now.
Welcome to Heinz Seniors Coaching Up. Get access to the P3AK High Intensity Training ebook and its exclusive video tutorials. Commit with Heinz's coaching right now and be provided with a year of meal plans, training programs, and more. www.p3akday.com. There is no room for the littles.
I haven't seen the sun in a week and a half. Hey, look! It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
Welcome back to another exciting episode of After Hours. I am here with the entire Whack Pack, John Romano, Greg Valentino, Mr. G, and Rob Jordan. And Greg, you had a serious car accident this past week. Tell us about what happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're okay, by the way.
Thank you. I was bringing my daughter home from airport. Like she went to Colorado with a friend. She went last Wednesday morning, and it was icy roads. And when I come around a corner, all of a sudden I see like this pile up of cars, and a little bit further, the road was closed with another pile up of cars. So there was a lot of cars, maybe 20 cars already piled up, and it was cops. And I weaved, and because I was trying to stop on the ice, you couldn't stop, and I was like sliding like this, and I made it past them. But as soon as I made it past them, all of a sudden, I guess to avoid me, this big truck comes flying up, boom, hits like the cement divider. Oof. They call them Jersey dividers.
A tractor trailer?
No.
A big truck.
Pickup truck. But listen, there are some guys who drive pickup trucks and SUVs, and you guys drive good. But then there's a lot of guys who got little dick syndrome, because they drive these big trucks. And they fucking speed. They think, bro, I got four-wheel drive. I can drive on the snow. I can drive on the ice. You know how whenever it snows and these fucking guys pass you like this? Well, this fucking guy missed me, but was airborne. Boom, hit off the guard, off that cement divider. And his shot spun like this. And another one happened to be, I guess, behind him. He hit him. He, boom, like this. So now they're both in front of me, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm pinned, and then that was it. I knew it was a matter of a second or two, and then all of a sudden I got hit from behind really hard. And then I get hit from the side, and I got a hit from the other side. And I got a hit from behind again, and it shot my car on the ice. I steered like this onto a little patch of grass where there was no cars, there was cars everywhere.
Yeah.
It happened to be 53 cars total. 48 were totaled. They had to be towed away.
48?
48 cars were totaled.
Yours was totaled, Greg?
Mine was totaled. Oh, yeah.
So, oh my God, you actually have to buy a new car now. You must be in a panic.
Well, it was my daughter's car.
Well, you're gonna have to buy her a new car now.
Yeah, I have to buy her a new car. But the thing is, it was so bad. They said they've never I was on the news and everything like that. I don't know if you want to show the video.
Let's play the clip. Hold on. Let's play the clip. Typical, classic Greg Valentino on the news. Of course, they pick you to go on the news of anyone else. That's the funny part.
Lou, tonight, for the first time, we're getting a look at the more than 3 dozen cars in an icy chain reaction crash on the Hutch. News 12's Veronica Jean Seltzer is at the New Rochelle tow lot where people are seeing their damaged cars.
That's the Hutch Parkway.
No, that's nothing.
Yeah.
You got to see the pile.
Damage. There are whole bumpers just hanging off of cars.
That's my car. That's my car that has the white bumper on it.
This tire, look, it's just twisted on the axle there, all messed up. And then when you look inside of cars and see things like car seats, it gives you a picture of how scary this must have really been.
Holy shit.
That's what
Look, he's cursing on the news.
Oh my God.
As they see their cars for the first time.
Wow. Holy shit.
Since this, about 35 cars sliding into each other on an icy Wednesday morning on the Hutch around Pelham.
This is the first of its kind as far as ice goes on the Hutch.
Glenn Pantone would know. His family owns Safeway Towing, the only tow company working the Hutch for the last 25 years.
About that, right?
But there was definitely
about that racket.
The only
tow company.
25 years.
Yeah, I mean, look at this thing. You know,
That's my car right there. Look, that's
look at that.
part of the back end.
His girlfriend has a concussion. They were heading home to Yorktown.
Like something out of a movie. I saw a truck airborne. It literally flew, bang, hit off the guardrail, and it shot right in front of me. And then another car
watch
hit
this.
that
Wait,
car.
watch.
And I'm like, oh no, oh
That's
no.
my car right there. Tonight.
And boom, next thing I know, it hits me from behind.
Bad one, yeah.
And then hits again,
Not
and then
that.
again, and
Watch.
we're like bang like this, and then bang like that.
He was scared.
Am I gonna survive this? I mean, that's how bad it was. It was bad. They were pulling people out. There's a woman laying out in the middle of the road.
He's
cops
like the
were
whole
like,
show.
Go
Look
get
at
out
him.
of the car!
We got more time on this
Police
newscast
say
than
no one was seriously
They
hurt.
made it like a
But there
documentary.
are
Yes.
a lot of people with cars now in this lot.
It was like an
who
Oprah
hope never
interview.
to experience
Anatomy of a
anything like
crash.
this ever again. Veronica Jean Seltzer, News 12.
That is bad.
Yeah, you got to see the cars though. This
They
is like
should have
nothing.
paid you for that and give you residuals for that one.
I
You know what?
know.
You guys couldn't hear it, but I was throwing curses when I did the bam,
heard it, we
bam,
heard
bam thing. They actually, my daughter was calling me. I had the phone on top of the car, right? So my daughter was calling me, and they were like, could you just do the bam, bam, bam thing again? That was great. So I said, sure. I said, I was being hit, and I was like, bam, 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 like this. Yeah. So you have to wait. If you watch the whole thing,
They had him restage it. That wasn't even a legitimate newscast.
Yeah,
No, it was
you see how
legit,
the
but
cuts, they
they were
cut
pissed.
the scenes, right? So they did like more than 3 or 4 takes, you know. So
They were pissed
Greg,
because-
this time look that way.
Yeah.
You know? Give him the finger when you're done.
Yeah, they were pissed because
is
I was
Lucia
saying all
okay?
this- What's that?
Is Lucia okay?
Yeah, she had a dude. That's the most fucked up shit. You have no idea. They were pulling. There was bodies in the middle of the street, right? And she's out there going, like, what? Wait, where are we? What happened? And I'm going, what are you talking about? Because she had a concussion. Dude, they had her in the emergency room. They had her in the emergency room. You know, for a concussion. She just got up and walked out of the emergency room. Was roaming around the hospital.
Well,
They
did
had
she
no
learn
idea
that
what
from
was
you?
going on. No, but she had no idea where she was. She kept saying to me, what are we doing here? Why are we here? And I'm like, Lucia, that's our fucking car. And she goes, wait, whose car is that? And I go, that's our car. You know what I mean? And because she hit her head, you know? And then she would say like, but wait, why are we out this time? Where are we coming from? She had no idea. The cop kept telling me, you know, don't let her go to sleep because, you know, she's fucked up. But when we first crashed, the cops were coming up to my car going, don't get out of the car. Don't get out of the car. Stay in the car. Because other cars kept sliding. I'll put a video on my channel. You're going to fucking gag. Because we got video that we took and that, you'll gag. Cars were they wouldn't stop. I was maybe car number 20, 25.
Was it because it was around a turn and no one knew?
Yeah, it was around the turn. But you know what the problem is? The cops were screaming. They were mad at the other cops. They go, what the fuck? You got to block the fucking road off. Because they didn't. They could have blocked the road off and detoured everybody,
right?
But they didn't. So as soon as you come around, it's impossible to
avoid
avoid
wall of cars, yeah, right.
A huge wall, dude. There was cars going over the guardrail onto the other side. Trucks.
That's the Hutch, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Hutch, bro. The
very
Hutch
curvy, very curvy part.
Exactly.
I'm surprised Jimmy the Bull didn't go off the road over there. Luckily, he wasn't driving on that.
Imagine if he was the truck that came. The first.
Get the fuck out of the way!
He would have plowed through, John. He would have plowed through everything. He would.
Everybody.
No, but you get these fucking guys again.
Yes.
I call it little dick syndrome.
Truck.
Yeah, little guys, they drive these big trucks and shit, you know, and they think like a 4-wheel drive. And they're the ones that cause the menace. I mean, there were women, as a woman's body length. Like at one point, you see my girlfriend's walking around and she's got her cell phone. She doesn't even remember filming anything. She's like, I didn't film anything. And I'm like, look at your cell phone. And then she realized that you could hear her saying, you know, oh my God, there's a lady laying in the middle of the road right here, you know, because there were, you know, a few people died. Now, 1 minute they say nobody died, then they say one person died, then they say 2 people died, then they say 3 people died. You know what I mean? But it was bad. They said that's why the guy who owned the tow truck company was saying 25 years, we've never had anything like this. I mean, this was a 53
How come
car
you're
pilot.
always in these epic things that go wrong? You're always
And I'm
a
the
part
only
of them.
one they filmed. I'm the only.
Yeah, how come you're
Is
always a
Lucy
part of this
okay
stuff?
now, Greg?
I
What's
think
that?
he's the jinx. You're right, John.
I'm telling you.
What'd you say,
Lucy
Rob?
okay now? She sent me a picture. I seen the cut up of her eyebrow.
Yeah, she's okay. She's nuts. You know what I
Okay.
mean? She fucking, she's walking around like, she's like, wait, what are we doing here? Why are we? I kept having to pull her out of the street because finally when they got out, I couldn't get out of my door. So the cops ripped my door open for me. And then they're like standing on the side because guys kept coming. But finally when they blocked the road off up at the top, and then they let you get out of the car, they had to cut people out. They were taking chainsaws, cutting people. Because when you're in the middle, see, after I got hit, it shot me like a bullet. And, after I got hit like 4 times, the final time, a SUV landed on the back of my trunk. So if anybody was sitting in the back seat, there would have been trouble. It landed on the back of my trunk.
Crazy.
So I had a wheel well of an SUV. What's that?
They had a big crash like that, I think, in Dallas when they had the ice storm, and like 5 people died.
Yeah,
Nobody died.
There's somebody that, you know what it is? The one person that died got out of their car and they got hit. You can't get out of your car until it's done.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, they say it on the news. The one
George, turn that fan off behind you. Didn't I tell him to face the light? Why is the light behind him again, John? You can't follow directions.
That's
Dave,
God. That's
Dave,
God behind
Dave,
George.
Dave, don't you understand this has become part of his shtick? It's like George is the Whack Pack member that is known for the shittiest backdrop, the worst picture, the most terrible.
He's in Florida now. He has no excuses anymore.
So we got him. He's at the bottom of the totem pole. Then just slightly above in technology is Jimmy the Bull, and then just slightly above him is Greg, and then there's like. Not a fucking
I hope I'm okay.
Like the freedom.
Rob is like Sony picture.
And then you got Rob, right? Then you got Rob, and then
You're way ahead of us, Rob.
Yes,
I don't know if you guys followed that guy. Robert Durst died in prison.
Yeah,
he's the guy. They made that documentary about him called The Jinx. Maybe Tyler, you could put up the thing about Robert Durst dying. He killed like 3 people or something like that, or maybe more, and the guy got away with it. If you got to watch this documentary on Netflix, it's amazing. It's called The Jinx, I think the life and times of Robert, or the life and death of Robert Durst, or something like that. And when he was going to the bathroom, he had the microphone on. Now, I noticed on the microphone here, sometimes I'll hit, there's like a mute button here. I'm always wondering what the hell this fucking mute button is.
You got to say he was in the courtroom bathroom.
No, it wasn't the courtroom. They were actually filming the documentary for Netflix with him. And he went to the bathroom off camera, but he was talking to himself. He's like, and he basically said, yeah, I killed them all, or something like that. Ha ha, something like that.
He was like, yeah, I killed that bitch fucker. You know what I mean? Something like that.
And so they reopened the investigation after that. And the documentary is great because the guy is a definite psychopath. He got away with it because he was rich, basically. His family was rich. And,
the person...
they ultimately found him guilty, and he was in jail for, I don't know, maybe a year or 2, and then he got COVID recently, and then he just dropped dead. I don't know what he died of.
But the person who prosecuted him is Judge Janine.
Oh, that's right. You know her, right? Yeah.
Right. She actually wrote a book on him. The book about his life, and the expert on his life is Janine Pirro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's the one who arrested me, but now we're good. You know what I mean? It was her task force that arrested me. She's the one who took me to court. And actually, dude, I've been on that news channel for 100 times. Dude, that I got to get you the news shit where she's talking like, this guy's a bad guy. These steroids are bad. You know what I mean? Back then, she bleached her hair blonde and shit.
How come she was able to convict you, but not fucking Robert Durst?
Oh, she went after Durst like a motherfucker.
She couldn't get him. They didn't get him.
You know why? You ever see a
Steroid
picture of her? You ever see a picture of her
She
when
was
she's
hot.
like sleeveless? She's fucking jacked.
She was,
Put
but
up
she
her
was
picture
hot.
of
When,
Janine DePiro.
dude, she's almost 70 now. She's in her late 60s.
Judge
but
Janine.
when she
Isn't she a
arrested
judge
me,
now?
yeah, she was. She was that when she arrested me. She was the DA. And
Right.
it was the DA's task force that arrested me. I wasn't arrested by feds. I wasn't arrested by cops or DEA or anything. I was arrested by her task force. Okay. And when she arrested me, she came on the news and was like, this is a bad guy. You know what I mean? but actually now we're good. You know what I mean? And
what do you mean you're good? What do you go over to her house for dinner?
I wish I would.
Get her, invite her on the show. Let's get her on.
Well, she works with my boy Charlie Gasparino.
She likes the conservative.
No, come on. Tell her she'd be among very familiar people. We're all fucking criminals. Okay, everyone. Almost all of us are ex-cons. So
me.
Except
we got a token. We got a token.
Rob just pretends he is. Yeah.
Rob, you got to get arrested.
I haven't been in trouble yet, man. Not yet.
Now, Rob, you got to make your bones, dude. You know, if you got to be part of the whack pack, you got to, you know.
I'll look for trouble. I'll look for trouble.
Dave, I got to get you.
Look at her. Look at her arms. Look at her.
She works out. But
yeah,
you're
man.
looking at a woman who's in her late 60s,
Wow.
almost 70. When she had blonde hair is when she.
Look at that.
If you Google her with blonde hair, that's when she arrested me. And the thing is that, you know, she bleached her hair blonde.
She can't be that old.
She's in her late 60s.
Oh,
she's late 60s.
The blonde.
That's her. Blonde.
Wow. That's not. That's the look with the blonde hair. That's not her.
No.
Well, she did this little stint where she drips, where her hair was blonde. Excuse me. I have a video of her from the news, Dave, where she's talking about me.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to you because you'd laugh your ass off. How she's saying like I was Pablo Escobar or something. You know what I mean?
Wait, let's go back a minute, Greg.
You were the Pablo Escobar steroids.
Well, wait. What do you mean by we're good now? What does that mean?
I said he goes to our house for Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean,
No.
is it good? I mean, are you good enough to get her on the phone and get her on the show?
I'm not that good.
Not
No,
that good.
listen.
So what good are you?
My boy Charlie Gasparino, who's Fox Business News,
The guy who almost got fired for saying something about Greg, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For hooking up with Greg.
No, he didn't get fired. What happened was the Facebook banned me because I asked him, you know, but I've been on Fox News like 3 times, you know what I'm saying? One for Bigger, Stronger, Faster. I was on Happy Hour show, but regardless, that's neither here nor there. But the thing is, he was telling her, yo, you arrested my friend a long time ago. You know what I mean? She was like, who? He goes, Valentino. Remember the guy? She's like, oh, yeah, but he was a bad guy too, man. And he's like, no, he wasn't. He did steroids. Come on, you got to fucking, you know. So they kind of squashed it. And then her and I talked over. And then her and I talked over Parlor a while back.
Oh, really? What did she say to you?
I told her, look, I'm good with it, bro. I deserved it. Because, dude, even when I got locked up, bro, I'm sitting in the fucking goddamn bullpen, and then I'm sitting in the fucking jail upstairs, and I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking asshole, man. I'm stupid. I'm fucking so stupid. And everybody else is like, I didn't do anything. My friend ratted. And I'm like, yeah, nobody in here did shit, right? I'm the only fucking guilty guy. Even when it's before the judge, you know, my lawyer's like, don't say anything. And I said, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I said, I'm an idiot. You know, I screwed up. And you know what's funny? The judge liked that. The judge actually went easy on me. You know what I mean?
Said that? Holy shit.
Yeah. I said,
So Greg, here's what you get Gasparino on the phone and say, look, get Janine Pirro on the show, because you know why? We're going to show her that steroids are not bad.
No, we're not.
All right?
Steroids are as American as apple pie.
Say, look, Judge, you want to get on a show with a bunch of fucking juice heads that are smart and witty and like have this thing going on and have an audience.
She's gonna be not interested.
You should in
we're all ex-criminals.
the pursuit of fairness, in the pursuit of balance and fairness, she should want to like look at the other side.
That's not
those people ain't gonna. None of them are gonna go on this show. They gonna go on it.
You don't know that until you ask.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Give me your number. I'll call her. Tell Gasparino to call me, send me her number.
I'll give you Gasparino's number.
All right, now, I want to get to Rob Jordan.
Greg, if you do that, I'll give me Gasparino's number. Tell him I'm calling, and I'll take it from there.
It's amazing that Greg actually knows all these people too, isn't it funny?
I know, and we're not capitalizing on any of it. So, like, you know, come on,
Let me tell you something. He saved me, Charlie Gasparino. I call him Chuck, but he saved my ass because when that shit with Facebook, he's the one who went on Neil Cavuto and said, "Yo, this is my boy. We grew up together as little boys.
Right.
You know what I mean? His brother was my workout partner for many, many years. you know.
No, he definitely defended you. He definitely defended you. Yeah.
Oh,
We
he
should get
totally
him on the
defended
show,
me
too.
And then you know what? Facebook that day took me out of Facebook jail that day.
That's great.
You know,
that's
ridiculous. Well, you know, but he's. And if you guys could go on, you people watching this could go on YouTube and look at Charlie Gasparino and Greg Valentino. There's a few videos of me and him up there.
You know what was really good too, John?
On Fox.
I don't know if you remember this about Greg. Greg had this radio. Remember he was doing a radio show, I think, with Joe Pietro for a while?
Yes, Joe Pietro. Oh, my God.
They got Paulie from fucking the Rocky movies on there. I don't even think Paulie knew where he was or what he was doing. He thought he was like on the Howard Stern show. And right?
No, dude, I gotta tell you something. We had A-list celebrities.
I don't know how you got them.
Mario Lopez. We talked with Mario. I was fucking with Mario Lopez. Tell him about, like, you know, Miley Cyrus is pretty hot. I think you and her look good. He goes, well, I've known her since she's a kid. And I said, yeah, but you guys look good together. You know, like, and he was kind of like, ooh.
I don't think these people knew what show they were on. I don't know how you guys conned them on there. It was the lowest budget. You couldn't even hear anything. It was horrendous. But he got
we did the best
A-list celebrities.
A-list celebrities, bro. I had fucking Boss Rutan telling me stories about how, like, he would get in fights on the side of the road, and shit like that. Like, some guy's pulling him over, like, pull over. And he's like, oh, you know what? He said, pull over. And he gets out of the car. And the guy actually realized, like, wait a minute, you know, I guess maybe followed MMA. And the guy realized, holy shit, that's Boss Rutan. And Boss Rutan goes, oh, now you don't want to fight me, so now you know who I am. But if I was just anybody, you'd want to fight. Like, it was the greatest interview.
Bass Rutan, I was out in Hawaii doing a guest posing, and Bass Rutan was at the show too. And the night before he had gone out, and he had gotten so drunk, he told me, that he fell down in the bathroom, and he hit his head on the toilet bowl, but his head was so strong, I guess, that it cracked the toilet bowl, and the water started pouring out all over, and he was bleeding, like, and you know, and no, I guess the water was going to the room downstairs or something like that, and they had to come up security, and he's laying in basically toilet water on the bathroom floor with blood all over him, and he somehow got up the next morning, came to do his job, and he had this little cut on his head. It was crazy.
Dude, he reminds me of Jimmy the Bull. He's got some
100%.
He's got some great, dude. He was telling me the same thing. He was at a bar, same shit. Like Jimmy had the same thing. He was watching the door for one of his boys. He got in a fight, and he actually went to jail for this because he knocked out like 5 guys. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy the Bull did the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the funniest.
He didn't like anybody touching him. He didn't like anybody to touch. Don't touch me.
Dude, you gotta hear this shit. He's bringing, you know, like he was telling me stories about his daughter bringing home guys and shit like that, and they'll look at it, and he'll be like, "I swear to God, I'll have her home. I'll have her home at 10." He said, "Have her home at 9." He'd do, "I'll have her home at 9." Like, you know what I mean? We had, dude, we broke the story. We were on TMZ. Joe Pietro and I were on TMZ because Paulie, Burt Young, broke the story on our show telling us, listen, I got to tell you, there's a script out there, and they said they're going to do the movie. It's called Creed.
Yeah, I remember. I heard it.
Right. And I said, are you in it? He goes, if they cut me out, it's sacrilegious.
And they did.
We had the Snook, you know, because, you know, I know Snooki. Snooki's old boyfriend is you know, Emilio.
Yeah, we know.
You met her. So, but we had that girl, fuck, I forgot her name, that wanted to fight her and shit. We had TMZ a few times. We had fucking Big Ange. Big Ange was telling me, I want you to come over my house. I make the best meatballs. You and Joe are gonna have meatballs at my house. Like,
that's Jimmy the Bull's cousin.
Who, Big Ange?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? That's his cousin.
Dude, Big Ange is the nicest fucking girl.
She died,
and all that
right?
shit you see those. We did Drita from Mob. Drita was a good. They all love each other. All that shit, they're gonna fight each other. It's all bush. They love each other.
Yeah.
Big Ange, that's my girl. I would never fight her.
Didn't Big Ange die?
Yeah, she passed away.
Yeah.
She was good. She was good. I love Big Ange. She was a really nice dude. We did everybody. Dude, we did a fucking oh my God, we did all A-list comedians and shit. We had what's his name, Artie Lang, and he was so fucking lit.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Oh my God,
yeah.
I don't even.
How did you get all these guys to come on the show? If Joe Pietro must have bullshitted
because
to
actually he worked for MD, and Joe was doing it. Joe was the for RX, Jesus Christ, Fitness RX, that magazine that Steve had. So Joe was the editor for that. So I guess, if they tied it in with that magazine. We did it on that America
Voice America
podcast.
Voice America. It was terrible. It was terrible. You blew. They had these great stars, and the quality was so terrible on the.
I thought it was good. Joe's got those interviews, but I can't even remember. We did everybody. We did the fucking. Oh my God, we did so many fucking people. I'm really bad at remember. We did about 50 A-list celebrities, and we would ask them the most fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Like crazy shit. They would tell crazy stories. It was really, really, really good. I mean, I wish we could do that again. I mean, get Mario Lopez. Oh, we had Donny Osmond. I was talking with Donny Osmond. You know what I mean?
I listened to these episodes. These people had no clue where they were, who they were talking to. They were actually horrified by the language and the questions they were being asked.
Some were horrified.
Horrified.
Dude, you know what the greatest thing is? Dude, guys, listen to this. If any of you people out there love the Chicago Cubs, I hate to shit on your fucking birthday cake, but we still have all the fucking soundtrack. We interviewed Ernie Banks, who's Mr. Cub. They called him Mr. Cub. Yeah. And he talked about how he fantasized about one day playing for the Yankees.
Really? Wow.
Oh, that would kill. That would be like fucking hearing that, like, David Ortiz saying, like, I got to tell you, I love my time in Boston. I loved all the Boston fans, but, I wish at one point I could have just, dreamed of playing for the Yankees. That would kill the Boston Red Sox fan. They would be like, fuck him, let him die. You know what I mean? Mario Andretti was fucking with me and shit like that because he's asking me with the big arms. We did so many fucking celebrities, so many.
I interviewed Mario Andretti one time.
Did you?
He's great.
Yeah. He was really I interviewed him on the golf course in Florida, and he told me, so it was really cool because I asked him,
pictures of these people, Tyler.
You lasted so long in your driving career,
Mario Andretti.
And I said, what do you attribute that to? And he gives me this bullshit about the being cautious and focused and everything, and then he sees me looking at him and he says, and I was incredibly lucky.
Yeah, I think he said something similar. The incredibly lucky thing.
I
asked him, "What do you drive?" I forgot what he told me. Like he drives like a normal car. I said, like, what does somebody like you drive on the street? Cadillac. And he said, I don't go racing on the street. He goes, first of all, I don't do that shit. I'm not, He goes, I do like to go fast, but I'm not going to get arrested. I forgot what car. You have to listen. Joe has I think Joe has them archived somewhere on his site. Wow. But he was great because you know what he's the old school Italian from Italy. You know what I mean?
Oh, he is.
Like Joe and I did. We actually got in Bruno Sammartino's fucking. There's a documentary with him. And they showed us acting like we were his bodyguards. He had us walk him out to his car, and we're like, well, hey, Bruno.
Was he a wrestler, Greg? Was he a wrestler?
Yeah, Bruno Sammartino, yeah. Dude, let me tell you something. He was a year or two before he died, and he was still a big, strong man, and he had his wits about him. He was like you could feel his presence. He was like a tough guy, even in his 70s. Real, like old school Italian Bruno Sammartino. He was great,
That was a great era of wrestling.
Oh yeah, you'll never see that.
And Ivan Putski and
Ivan Putski. Well, but Sammartino started when I was like in his 60s.
Who was
shit like that?
Yeah, there he is. Who was the big guy with the huge?
Andre the Giant.
The big stomach. He used to blast people with his stomach. What the hell was his name?
The Animal Steel, maybe. No. I don't know.
Yeah. Bam Bam.
No, his name was shoot.
He blasted
George the Animal Steel?
No. He actually would like hit people with his stomach, and he had a big stomach, it was all muscle, and he would knock them out basically.
I can see. I just can't remember who that was, but I can see it.
I was doing a rotation at a hospital in New Rochelle, and he was in there. He smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day for 40 years. He had emphysema. He died. He died a week later, but he was telling me about the glory days of wrestling. Man, he was awesome. This guy. I can't.
Not Ivan Putski, was it?
No, it was Oh, it's driving me
I
crazy.
haven't put
Don Morocco. No.
He was huge. He was even in his hospital bed. The guy was just massive when he grabbed my arm, and I was working out at the time. You could just feel his strength.
You sure it wasn't Andre the Giant?
No. I know Andre the Giant. I'm gonna look it
Not
up.
the Big Show. No.
Tyler should have pulled this up by now.
Yeah.
Come on, Tyler. Damn Democrat.
Yeah, let me just type in guy, old wrestler that uses stomach. Let me see what we get.
That'll probably pop up.
But see, we haven't given you enough to go by yet.
Come on, Tyler.
Come on.
Hey,
If Joe Biden told you to pull it up, you pull it up. I'm just, Tyler, I'm just playing with you.
I picked them up.
I'm just playing with you.
So, Mr. G, what's happening with the cookies?
What do you mean? What's happening?
He's giving you a chance to plug them. Go ahead.
Oh, we got new. We got a new cookie out there, brownie, a double fudge brownie cookie with white fudge chips.
Wait, you gotta, Georgie? You look like you're walking towards the light, like you died.
I like that. George looks like he's like coming out of an alien.
I know
spaceship.
it's like you're coming
Or
right.
like God is behind George.
My brakes went. I was coming there today, but I had to get my brakes.
So you did die.
I came
We're
back.
seeing your apparition.
He's floating up now. Okay, so now go back to the cookies. We'll tolerate your backdrop.
Yeah, we got cookies and we got a double fudge brownie cookie, brand new double fudge. Tastes like a brownie, but it's a cookie with a white fudge chip.
I love that.
And I was gonna bring our other product, our new bagels, protein bagels.
Oh, cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Are you set up now? Do you got your kid?
We're set up. I have a large candy manufacturer. That would be a cool, this big giant candy manufacturer that besides they're making our candy for us, our peanut butter cups. They sell every candy imaginable that you ever grew up as a kid.
The peanut butter cups are amazing, Georgie.
Aren't they, Rob?
Amazing.
Aren't they
amazing?
I
It tastes
said
like
they're
Reese's
better
peanut
than
butter
Reese's.
cups. Amazing.
Better than Reese's. I don't know
I
what he
know,
did.
delicious.
I don't know what. You know what, Rob? If you have it, put them in the refrigerator. And then I mean, I like them cold, like in a.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I like them
They are
in the
so
refrigerator.
good.
I don't like cookies warm when when you first make a chocolate chip, it's too sticky. I like it to be like bendy, like dry out, like cool out a little bit.
Yeah, I like to dip it in my coffee.
How are you going to add protein to bagels? How's that?
You had a question for me, Dave?
Can't give it.
What's it? The other guy.
Tyler wants to know
just
how
asked-
you adding the protein to the bagels.
Is it a secret?
With a scoop.
He Hakeem's in the dough.
Yeah.
He Hakeem's in the dough.
Yeah, so we use the vanilla, the ice cream vanilla species way. It gives it like a Hawaiian roll flavor.
Oh.
And we use the pretzel. We use the pretzel dough.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
I
Yeah,
can almost taste it right now.
I'll send you guys, Dave. I'll be there next week. So next week.
All right.
So Georgie, do you have everything? The kitchen set up and everything?
I got a place. We got a facility set up to make all our stuff out of.
We're in a garage.
Wait a minute, John. I'm a little shocked that went over your head, because he said, "I'll be there next week." So he's gonna bring Dave a bunch of the bagels, and we're gonna watch Dave eat them, and we're gonna be like this, like Oliver Twist. We're on tongue out.
I'm used to it by now.
I was waiting for you to
Remember that scene in with the Dan Aykroyd and when he what was it called? When he played the stockbroker, the commodities broker, trading places with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, trading places.
Okay,
Yeah.
and remember he's like they're having this Christmas dinner in the brownstone, and Eddie Murphy's sitting there with a suit on, and he's not a bagman anymore, and he's talking, and they're playing classical music, and it's got food all over the place, and Aykroyd is out in the snow and the cold in his fucked up Santa uniform, and he's looking in the window, and he's looking at him over there. That's
And
So
that used to be his brownstone too. I think
Right.
he lived in it. Eddie Murphy took it over.
Yeah, he took over everything. So that's me looking in the window. I'm Dan Aykroyd looking in the window.
That's what I'm talking about, John. I knew you would catch that. He said, "I'm going to be there next week with Dave, and I'll bring the bagels."
Right.
So that means that we're going to sit there like this.
All right. 100%. I'm going to ship
You
you
know what?
guys bagels.
Everybody kisses Dave's ass on this show. This is like,
God damn it.
it's like Dave. It's like, fuck Dave. You know.
Thank you very
Dave,
much.
all
Thank you very
right.
much.
But come on, you guys.
Then he has the audacity to lick it. You ever watch Dave lick his fucking fingers?
I'm licking
Then
my fingers when I'm
girlfriend
doing
does
my stimuli.
That drives me crazy.
No, I'm licking the stimuli off my fingers. I'm doing lines like of Coke, you know.
You know, we were in school, all right? And you got caught bringing a fucking brownie to school. What happened? You had to bring a brownie for everybody, right? Greg?
Right, even a piece of gum, right?
Haystacks
What
Calhoun. It came
All
to me. Haystacks Calhoun.
That's what.
Oh, Haystacks Calhoun. Holy Christ.
He was 400 pounds.
John, I think Dave.
Haystacks Calhoun. He was 400 pounds.
Oh, I got him.
The guy was massive. He was even in his laying in his hospital bed. The fucking guy was a beast. He was telling me stories because he saw I was a bodybuilder. He was loving it. He died a week later. I saw him in the hospital. I was actually on a rotation from medical school. New Rochelle Hospital. You know, Haystacks Calhoun was Jewish. He was a Jewish guy.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He smoked 4 packs.
4 packs a day for 40 years.
Wow, that's bad.
Gee, I wonder why he was in the hospital.
That's not steroid muscle. That's just natural fucking brutal strength.
Guy. Where's his picture?
He would put his ass on people's face. I forget. He told me. I think he did it to Vince McMahon or something like that.
That's where Rikishi or whatever. Remember the guy used to.
Rikishi, yeah.
Haystacks was the first one to really do it.
Yeah.
So
there he
anyway,
is.
That's that. See, my mind is not going that bad. I was able to actually bring that up, but I couldn't find it online. I actually remembered it.
He was a good-looking guy.
Isn't it funny though? Like, who would expect this guy to be Jewish? He looks like he's a hillbilly from like Tennessee or something like that, right? I love it.
It looks like he got those pants for 10% off.
Yeah.
You imagine him going to like Katz's Deli and sitting down.
The funny thing is that beard is in style now. Isn't it crazy?
It is now. No, you know, you got to put glitter in it and put a fucking
That's
ponytail.
true, yeah, that's true.
How old was he when he died?
He wasn't that old. He was like in his like late 50s, you know.
Look at the calzones on the guy right there. He's wrestling. Who the fuck is that?
That's when wrestling was
calzones.
great.
Look at those fucking calzones he's wearing.
That's
My
when wrestling
father
was
used to wear
really
underwear
great.
like that.
They couldn't do anything, but it was entertaining because their characters were so entertaining, you know.
Do you guys even understand how brutal it was to be a wrestler back
Is that
then?
Vince?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that Vince?
Yeah,
No.
looks
It's
like
either
it,
Vince or it's what's his name? The Ripper
Vince.
Ross.
You say Vince McMahon?
These guys traveled together. The place fucking stunk. You should hear the stories Triple H.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, play that. What's that clip I sent you? I sent you something.
I never know.
I sent you so much stuff this week. Hold on. I sent you the. The guy who died. Did you?
Who's that?
Louis Degny died. Lou Degny.
Who the hell's that?
He
The
was evidently a
bodybuilder?
big influence on
West trainer.
Larry Scott. You know, the first Mr. Olympia, and he was in all those
okay.
Mae West. Remember the Mae West used to have all the muscle guys in her show
Sure.
when she was older,
Yeah.
much older. He was, I think, he ran that whole muscle show for her. He's 89 years old. He died. See if you can pull that.
Yeah,
over
Rick Drayson
No,
was
that
on
was
her.
oh my God, what the fuck's his name now?
I sent you the
His
one.
his daughter's Mariska Haggerty, Mickey Haggerty.
Hargitay.
It was Mickey Haggerty. Arnold played his part of his part.
Don't
in the
confuse
movie.
people. This is Lou Degny.
No, I know, but you were
He
saying
did
about
Hercules films. This guy too, like right after Steve Reeves did. He had a good physique.
Wow, he looked good.
Is that Steve Reeves?
No, that's this guy he's talking about. There's Steve.
That's Steve Reeves, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I met him before he died.
Mark Forrest was his real name.
Who? This guy?
Lou Degny. His real name was Mark Forrest. Yeah. Good physique for back then. Think about how long ago that was.
Then.
Oh yeah, you got to be kidding me.
They didn't have too much leg equipment.
Did they even have steroids back then?
No, most of the guys weren't. I think fucking Steve Reeves played around with a little few Dianaballs, but that's
it right there. Look at that. Look at that physique. What a that's a lot of muscle.
You put juice in that shit. Forget it.
Look at his abs, man.
Yeah.
Look at his picture they got there.
Why? Why would we want to look at that?
Today, these guys, they take so much shit, they fucking... I couldn't fit my shit in a little fucking thing there.
Who owned Strength and Health? Was that Weeder?
No. Strength and Health was...
Bob Hoffman?
Yeah, Bob Hoffman.
He also owned...
That was Muscular Development's brother magazine. It was MD and SNH, Strength and Health.
Good
and then Bleckman came along and it was BDS&M.
He looks good, this guy, though.
I know.
Holy shit.
89 he lived. He lived obviously a good life, you know.
A little bit like Franco Colombo.
You don't realize they look smaller than the guys now, but in person, these guys look unbelievable.
Yeah, but these guys today are taking fucking shit that Arnold couldn't win in Teenage America today.
If you didn't have, you know what it was, Greg? If you didn't have a good structure back then, you couldn't be a bodybuilder because there was no way to compensate with like insane amounts of muscle.
Well, they all had that Bob Parrish slash Steve Reeves look, the tiny waist, you know, where they spin and twist and
big
arms. You know what I mean? Right. You know,
you would have been one of those guys, Greg. You could have been one of those muscle guys back in the day.
I had the same type structure.
Yeah.
I ruined it.
Yeah.
You had big arms, small waist, good legs. You would have been very good. You were born 40 years too early or too late.
You know what would be a great documentary for Greg to do is the from the first jab in his bicep till it exploded, you know, and like because he
time lapse it, John.
What?
Time lapse it? So you saw his arm going like
well,
this?
I mean, but I want him narrating it. Like, what is in your mind? What is in your mind?
He narrates it every week here. We know.
Because
I swear to God. No, wait, I swear to God. Nobody knows that. I've told this story. I one time was standing in a deli in New York City, and it had all mirrors like this, and I was getting a sandwich. And this is when I was super at my bit. I was 278. I was fucking... I had like fucking jugs of equipoise in my arms and fucking and testosterone. And I'm standing there and I had a fucking tanked up on and I look to the left like this and I see myself. But it was, you know, like if you look at yourself in one of those mirrors, like where it all goes around you like that. So you can see you there, you can see you there, you can see you there. And I looked at myself and I said, what the fuck? I never realized, like, I was like, that's fucking gross, bro. Like, I never realized, I can't explain it to you. I actually saw what people saw at that moment. You know what I mean?
So you never looked in a mirror before?
No, I looked in the mirror. But you know, when you look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, bro. You know, you're doing that shit.
Yeah, but my point, Greg, is when you had before you did anything to your, you know, to your arms, you had a great physique. I mean, you had a really good. I mean, I remember you in Venice. You had a great physique. Okay,
like
so I can understand. You get this idea, this theory. This is where we're going to shoot, locate the oil. Okay, so that may and probably in the beginning, the first few months of that, it probably looked really cool, right? Because as it started like so. At what point, I always wondered with you, as well as I know you, I never know this about you. Where in that transformation did you stop seeing reality in the mirror? I mean, because I wish I could see a picture of you like 3 or 4 months into it, like just how, because you must have looked amazing. And then it all went downhill.
I did. I started looking really good. I think
Too bad you never
competed. What I was
like
doing.
Up a little bit.
Like you start getting attention. You know what I mean? Like you go everywhere. Like I said in Bigger, Stronger, Faster. It's the truth. I used to go in a sound factory, and you'd see all these jack guys, and they would see me, and they'd be with hot chicks, and they'd like mush their girlfriend in the face to get over to me and start asking me like, bro, what are you taking? You know, and all this shit, right? And then the girlfriend would be all hot and she'd be standing there and she'd just be like, you know, and she'd look at me and I'd be like, your man is almost ready to suck my dick. 'Cause I'm black. You know what I'm saying? You understand the mindset of that shit? Like, yeah, you know, like I can't fuck you, but your boyfriend would get on his knees right now because he wants to get jacked, you know? So like the sickest shit would run through my mind. And I guess I like the attention. It's like a chick when she gets these giant implants. She started out maybe double D's and then, you know, a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. And she keeps getting, now she's got Chesty Morgan. She's got those big, huge fucking beach balls. And you say, you know, like, what the fuck? But that's because when she walks in the room, it's like fucking E.F. Hutton. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they get some, like non-New Yorkers probably don't know what that means.
So you never really noticed going from, wow, this looks really
no,
good.
I just noticed the feedback. The bigger, the more I got retarded, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, you can't use the word retarded. The more I got woke, the more I got like fucking uglier and big, like big and ugly, you know, like you know, it just fucking.
You know, Greg, I know what you're talking
attention.
about. When I would go to do TV shows like the Conan O'Brien show, or you know, which I was on a lot as the Incredible Hulk, and I would sit in the green room. I'm all painted green. I'm like, you know, 290 pounds, veins. They got makeup on. They got the wig on me. And I'm sitting next to like Liv Tyler, who's like 6'2", this girl, you know, Steven Tyler's daughter.
Right.
She's got the perfect little features. She's probably 130 pounds at 6'2".
She's that tall?
Yeah. Sitting next to her is like, you know, another, you know, model or whatever that weighs 100 pounds.
Did you get a green boner?
6 feet tall. And I'm looking at them and I'm looking in the mirror because everything's mirrored all over. And I'm like, I look disgusting. I'm like, my face is bloated compared to them. They have the all made up and perfect angular features. And then I see the TV show that I'm on with them, and I'm like, I look like the creature from the Black Lagoon. You know, I look like a monster, which is what they wanted me there to be, right? But it's like crazy, and you only get perspective of how you look when you're with normal people, you know, I think.
I used to get that all the time. It didn't really hit me though till I was in that deli and I'm looking at my arm hanging there and I'm like, holy fuck.
But then Greg, you go to the gym later that night and someone else has a body part better than yours. You're like, I gotta go take more stuff, right? I gotta shoot another bottle of Equipoise.
Then you get everybody giving you praise. Like, dude, you look fucking jacked. And I'm like, fuck that, I gotta get even more jacked. You know what I mean? It's that mindset stuff. But it looked like shit. You know, I could look like that right now. That's why I hate when people say Synthol. I could fucking take Synthol and still look like that. I could have that arms like that dude that was on the show, right? And it's not gonna affect my testosterone or hurt my heart or anything. I'm not, you know, that's why I don't, you know, like fuck that. You know, I want to slowly.
You don't look good though. You look big now. You look huge now.
Yeah, he's big.
He still does. You do look big. Even on the news, you look. I got to tell you, you look pretty grotesque on the news, Greg.
You know why? Because when I was a kid, I was built. I can show you pictures of me.
Greg, you look pretty grotesque on the news too. You know, you still look as big as you did back then.
No, that's my face is ugly. But you know what I mean? I look like Uncle Fester on steroids. You know?
No, you still look like you're like 300 pounds on that news channel.
No, I'm 190.
Pull up that news thing again. Pull up the news thing. Look how wide you are.
That's a jacket. That's all my jacket. It's all jacket.
You don't even have it. You have one sweatshirt on.
But it's a bulky jacket. I'm 190.
Yeah, but you're 5 foot what? 6?
6.
Yeah.
5'6".
You look bigger.
You do.
No, I'm not though. Dude, I wasn't always ugly either. You know what I mean? Like if you saw pictures of me when I was young,
ugly when you get older.
I was a good-looking guy.
I say that to my dog all the time.
Now look.
Yeah, you look.
Look how big you look. Is he?
Wait,
you look bigger than the mafia guy over there.
Like he looks normal, and then you got Greg.
That's my car. But
look how wide he looks, John.
You're thick.
You're wide as a house.
There's no way you're only 190.
You dwarfed the fucking gangster right out of the tow truck guy. Can you imagine? It says on national TV, yeah, it's the only tow truck company for 25. And
Servicing
what
the
you
Hutch
say,
Parkway.
Joey Gallo's towing. You know, it's like, yeah. You think anybody could have sprouted up another business?
Hold on, go back to that shot again. Did you see the UPS truck behind Greg? That was all crunched up too.
They got that too.
They got it. It was a UPS truck. It was huge.
It might have been. Do you know what it is though?
Look at that, right behind him. It says UPS on it.
Yeah. Holy shit. I didn't even notice that.
Oh wow.
That's where it's.
That's where your fucking package is.
That's where Jimmy the Bull was driving.
Yeah. All right, let me go to. I want to go to Rob Jordan now because Rob did a video in Planet Fitness, and as you know, Planet Fitness, they got the lunk alarm and you can't grunt. So he goes in there and he does this video where he's grunting and asking like hot girls for to stretch his legs. Put the video. It's pretty funny. Maybe we can scan it. I don't want to watch the whole thing, but just put it.
He's got balls the size of grapefruits.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, Rob.
I would laugh. I told him.
He does it. He's so serious.
I would laugh.
Yes, I love it, man. It's so much fun.
I would laugh. I couldn't keep it straight.
I would never be able to keep it together.
No, I don't know how you did it. I was so uncomfortable watching it.
Right.
It was so fun, man.
I would get silly as hell. I don't know how you do it, Rob. I got to give you credit. I don't know how to. Hey, you should do one where you ask him for spot and you have a little fart machine somewhere. And, you know, like this.
Listen, Greg, part two, I talk about you guys. You're in it, part 2. I did a part 1, Planet Fitness, and there's part 2. So I talk about you guys, RxMuscle, Species Nutrition, how the supplements.
He's lucky that no one had him arrested, John. He's asking these women in the aerobics room, can you stretch my legs like over my head? So
and they did it.
And they did it. I know. They were very uncomfortable doing it.
That's when you should use the fart machine.
Film. That's what I said. You do the little fart machine.
My son,
you know, when you push
my
the button?
son's got a fart machine for his birthday. My wife bought it for him. Where is that? I should have brought it over for the show.
You know what's cool? You get Robbie's dry scooping, you know, to stimulate.
I did that. I put it. Yeah. My cameraman was like, "How could you do that, man?" That was the first time I ever did that, and it goes down pretty smooth.
Quite honestly, I'm surprised that didn't set the lunk alarm off. That dry scooping didn't go off. That can't possibly be allowed in Planet Fitness.
Wait, Rob, what I want to know is, how did they not see the guy filming you?
Because my cameraman was hidden. We have an awesome camera. He's really
fart
good
machine?
at what he does.
Hold on. Let me do the fart machine again.
Dave, how come your son pushes that button and fart comes out your ass?
Oh, shit. Can you play the, you don't have to. What's the name of the video? It's on Rob's channel. What's your channel again? What's the name of the channel?
It's Big Rob TV,
Big Rob TV.
BIGROB TV. And it's the last video. Bodybuilder.
Rob, you never get.
I'm surprised they didn't kick you out of there, to be honest with you.
Well, they did part 2. They did kick us out.
Oh, they did kick you out eventually? Oh, I feel better now.
Yeah, part 2, because you see my cameraman. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, they saw him?
Yes.
Rob, they saw him? Oh, shit.
Yes, part 2, but we got done. We got done what we had to do, so it was fun.
Dave, who was that guy that used to work for Species?
Look at him.
That's the first time I ever did it that way.
Dave, who was that guy that used to work for you at Species, the sales guy?
Why would
Rob Rink?
Rob Rink.
Yeah, he used to walk like that with like a flex.
Yes, you're right. He did walk like that. No, Joel.
No, not Joel. The kid, the guy, the younger guy that he sold for you.
Oh, Rob. Yeah, Rob Rink.
Rob.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rob used to walk like this.
Oh.
I love the outfit he has on with the shorts over the sweatpants.
Yeah, and the leggings.
What are you saying to this guy?
He's grunting, and the guy's all upset that he's grunting on the fucking on the machine.
She's stretching me there.
With the camera after I asked him to stop recording.
That's when we got kicked out.
He didn't listen to me.
That's part 2.
Rob's great because he plays the clueless fucking guy so well.
I know, right?
So Rob, they saw the video camera, huh?
At the end, he got a lot of footage already. Look how uncomfortable this woman is, John.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable that she agrees to
This is crazy.
I think she thinks that Rob's going to kill her if she doesn't do it. That's why. Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh, and he's laying back and he's going, oh, that feels so good.
Stretch
Oh,
me.
Yeah, that's the
that feels so
Kind of pull
good.
my leg back for the hamstring.
I thought she was going to run away at first.
And she agrees to do the other side.
Look, he's
Yes,
like moaning,
so
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, further. Yeah. That feels so
Yo,
good.
I know how
Just
that
other
lady
leg.
feels
Just other
because every
leg.
time I'm in a parking lot, there's nobody next to me, and somebody's got to park right next to me. I'm like, dude,
Oh, that
there's
feels so
1,000
good.
spots.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Asked her
What
if
is
she
your
wanted
name?
me to stretch her. She said
No,
no.
thank you.
she's fine.
I'm Jordan. You're very helpful. Very helpful.
I really think that they think that Rob is like handicapped in some way, something like that.
No, you know
He's
what's
mentally
funny?
handicapped.
Or crazy. They must have thought I was crazy.
I think
Rob,
they think
you
you're
should've-
nuts. Yeah, that they'd rather just play along rather than get like stabbed or something like that.
You should have wore those baggy shorts
help
with
me
no
with the spot
underwear.
here?
So when
Why don't you just do a breakdown?
you
You know how to
guys,
do that?
Jesus Christ, you know, like they see your ball sack
All
hanging
right,
out.
so
It'd be cool if you
I'm
could
gonna,
park the
I'm
short
gonna
bus
start
in the
heavier
parking
here.
lot when you go in.
Okay, and I'm gonna go lighter.
Watch this steady, guys.
Every time I tell you, maybe
Yeah,
put
yeah,
a pin
breakdown
up,
section.
one or down. Okay, all right.
Yes, he's gonna
Ready?
throw down
No,
here.
no one even knows what a drop set is in Planet Fitness. Yeah.
I'm acting like I don't know. I can't do it.
Is it lighter? Okay.
So he's spotting you? What's he doing?
He can't.
Just
He's
spotted
pretending
me.
he can't do the
Got
rep.
no more, and I was acting like I couldn't do it.
Oh, shit.
Go a little lighter.
I want.
The stockings are great. I love that.
I'm gonna get.
Greg,
Oh,
one
yeah,
guy told
there
me,
it is.
he goes, I got to get my workout in, man. I have to go. Because it took me like 3 minutes. I was acting like I couldn't do the weight. So I do 3 here, and he's happy. He's like, God, you got 3. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. You're awesome. I got it. Yeah, I got it, man. I got it. That's awesome. Yeah, I got 3. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Yes.
Good
Yeah,
stuff,
really
Rob.
squeeze. Go.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
That's
And there's
great.
people like that in every planet, in every town in America where there's a Planet
Yeah,
Fitness.
but the difference is Rob's pranking him.
Yeah.
These people that we see in the gym are fucking legit fucked up like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that's a cross section of what you get in the
Dude,
gyms.
gyms breed fucking weirdos. You know that.
And Greg, the only guys that heard of like species nutrition are the ones. I mean, the guys that use it were the ones that were in best shape, that really looked like bodybuilders,
Yeah,
that
of
really
course.
used Dave's stuff.
You should have been snorting lines of that right off the floor of the gym. That would have been pretty funny.
No, then he'd be picking his nose for like a fucking week.
That's all right.
Oh man, good stuff.
Shit.
So what?
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, guys.
Now, where do you
Yeah,
come up
let's
with the
be honest,
ideas,
you
Rob, for
snort that shit.
these skits?
We go in there and I just start talking to people and see what I
Oh,
want.
so you don't even plan it?
I don't even plan it, man. Just
Wow.
I approach people and see how it goes.
That's pretty.
I think that's better the way Rob does it. You know why? Because sometimes you see somebody go, "Oh, you look at that guy." I could totally like it sets it like on a thing off in his mind. Like I could prank. Look what he's doing. Watch, I could go over there. I'm gonna make believe. I think it's hard to plan it. I think the way Rob's doing it's the perfect way.
Yeah, you see who you could approach and you see if it works out, and then you take it from there.
You should go to some of the older guys. Go, yo, dude, how's the chicks in here? Are they hot or what? You know what I mean?
Oh, I did. In part 2, I have that. I'm asking, like,
Get the older guys
some
to
of the
start
fucking
talking
girls
like,
here.
yeah.
I think you should do a skit with Greg and dress up like in like suits and pretend you're like mafia guys and go into
We
like a
should
really
dress.
fancy restaurant.
Yes, we really should.
No, we should dress up like 2 female bodybuilders.
Come in a tow
Everyone will
truck.
recognize Greg, so you're the
Greg
female,
wants to get
Greg.
those
We have
women's
to dress
clothes
you.
on, John. That's all.
Yeah, but I can't do it. You gotta be honest with you. I can't prank it. I get silly. I do like this. Even if I was the camera guy, the camera would be going like this because I'd be laughing. You know?
Maybe you guys can
Yeah,
dress
I
like the
don't know.
Blues Brothers because you already got the glasses, Greg.
I'd be silly though, Dave. I don't know if I could
You know
do
who
it.
would be better than Greg? Jimmy the Bull would be better with Rob because Jimmy can keep a straight face because he's a good actor.
He would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
He is funny.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
and
he
Jimmy
would
would
be.
be very good, like dressed as like 2 mafia guys and go into like
No. You should make Jimmy like the retard, and with the
No.
hat on, and he's walking around, like following him around.
like his son, like Rob's
Yeah,
son.
because but I wouldn't look like it because of the age. But
No, what about better yet, father and son? And then he's saying to Jesus Christ, come over here, and Robert can be the son.
Yeah,
and
Jimmy
like,
should be the father, I think. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They're too close in age. They got to be like cranky old
No,
men.
Greg. No, Jimmy's a lot older than Rob.
Yeah,
Rob, how old are you?
13 years. I have a good one that I'm going to do, John. It's called Miserable Old Man. And I'm going to go around and just complain to people about my miserable life. I've been divorced. I lost my money gambling. My wife's took it. It's going to be a good one.
You know what you do? Rob, I get a great one. Go to the gym and get one of those rubber turds, and you leave it on the bench, and you go up to the front desk and say, listen, I'm sorry. I had a really bad accident on the bench.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
You should do that. Or you know they have fake vomit. You know they have fake rubber vomit, and you could,
that's something you could do, Greg. If Rob came to the gym with you, and then he came up and said, "You see that guy over there? He shit on the bench."
No, but you go up to the front desk and you tell him, I had a really
Greg,
bad
Greg, you could have like a pair of like white sweatpants with like a stain on it, like you shit.
No,
on
you get it to onion shorts. Yeah. You got to get the runner's onion shorts.
I get silly
because it comes out the leg hole.
Get the 1970s, early 80s shorts where we all had to fucking. But Rob,
you've probably done that before anyway, Greg. You've probably shit on benches before, I'm sure.
I've shit many places, but never on a bench. I shit outside that car accident, by the way. It was dark. Nobody saw me. But I swear to God, my girlfriend goes, "Did you take a shit?" And I said, "Yeah." I shit on the side. I had toilet paper and everything. It was all dark. I shit right on the other side. I had to go. I couldn't hold it. Listen, Rob, what you got to do?
Final words, Greg. Here, let's go.
You got to tell them, listen, I got a really bad stomach, and I'm so sorry. They're going to be like, wait a minute, what did you just do? No, look, over there, there's a turd on the bench. I'm sorry. I'm
Greg,
really sorry.
New York, and we have to do some stuff. I'll come out to New York.
Go to Steve Weinberger's
I can come up with ideas, but I get silly.
Out of you.
Yeah, you got to watch out where you do that.
In New York, yeah.
Yeah, some guy be like, you motherfucker. There's gangsters that run the gyms up here. Jeez, remember Dolphin? All those fucking guys were like fucking mafia. Remember Dolphin Jim?
John, can you imagine someone going up to Steve and saying, Steve, someone took a crap on the bench?
Hey, wait. What about go down to Brian Dobson's gym? Imagine saying to Brian Dobson, somebody.
Yeah, I know him. He's a nice guy.
No, you got to do it in like a LA Fitness.
Yeah, you got to do it in a posh.
Yeah, a very fancy place. Gym. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
where there's a lot of women and shit.
Yeah, I don't want to get beat up, Greg.
You got to get some like fake poop that smells too. Like she can. Oh my God. She can.
No, you don't have to smell, but. Or you know what? You get one of those little fart capsules that you break.
Oh yeah, but that might be a good idea. Someone who's just farting all over the gym. Yeah.
No, Dave. Do you remember that stuff that you brought into the studio one time in the fucking plastic bag, and it like the tiniest little drop got out?
Who gave that to us? Who gave that to me?
It was like distilled sweat from some fat
Someone
guy
sent it to me, right?
Yeah, the fucking the fat what's his name, Dookie.
Oh, Christian Dookie said that?
Yeah, it came from his demented mind.
It's CIA.
You know he's watching this now, taking notes. Anyway, but Greg, Rob, you get this stuff. It comes in a bottle. It stinks like you can't even explain it. It smells.
My kids had that
Your
shit.
eyes water. You gag. You're ready to puke. It's the worst fucking smell. Now soak your T-shirt in that and go to the gym and just start working out next to people.
See the reaction.
See the reaction.
The reaction.
But I'm talking about the worst smell you could imagine. Times a million. This shit is. It's like constant.
It might be funny if he wears the shirt. And then you have like someone like Greg with him who says, "You fucking stink," and they start getting into an argument about it. All these people coming around and smelling him. That would be really fun.
Yeah, but I want to see a soccer mom doing the thigh machine, and then you sit down next to him reeking.
So you got to wear really short shorts where your legs are exposed, and it's this way here. You drop the little turd out of your pants. Maybe you drop it while you're walking.
Yeah.
You drop it while you're walking, and then somebody, or you know what? You see how you sat with that lady and you would do right next to her, you're doing shit?
Yeah, shit right there.
You do shit and then you go, oh, fuck, I got to go to the bathroom and get up. And she sees that turd right there. She'll get up and run to the office.
That would go viral.
That would be hysterical.
Yes, there'd be
A rubber poop.
No, a better one is maybe Mr. G could make him a cookie that looks like a poop. He'll have it fall out of his shorts, and then he'll pick it up and eat it.
Pick it up and eat it.
Like in Caddyshack.
Like Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Take a brownie and squeeze it like this. Take a brownie and squeeze it like it's your shit. It's got the little nuts in it and everything.
You're like,
and you can say
bad.
somebody like horrified, and he'll say, "Oh, I couldn't wonder what happened to that," and pick it up and start eating it.
A Tootsie Roll. A Tootsie Roll.
Come up with so many
there you go,
characters,
another
guys,
SKU
it's
for
gonna be
Mr.
funny.
G. Poop, we could call them like poop treats or something like that, right? Protein poop treats, you know.
How about this?
You
Eat
make them look
shit.
like poops, but they are protein and they taste amazing, you know.
Eat shit.
I'll promote that for you, no doubt. That's original. That's an original idea, George, right there.
Eat shit.
All right.
Selling cookies that look like shit but taste amazing and are good for you.
Looks like shit, but tastes great.
Caddyshack roll.
That's what you call it, George. That's what you call it.
Marinate on that idea till next week. We're out of time, guys. Thank you for joining us. Check out Big Rob's YouTube channel. Check out Greg Valentino on the news. MrPottsProtein.net and John's show with Rich Kaspari, the Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.